You're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq, and you can see that it had a nice strong day today, up 2%. And the volume was heavier than the last 4 or 5 sessions. That would, essentially count as another follow-through day in this current rally. Now, people say it's not as strong as a January rally, and that's true. The internals will bear that out. But if you just look at this market here, I'm going to hone in on a little closer viewpoint of the Nasdaq because we had this rally in January, and then on February 2nd, it topped out at 12,269. And from here, like the last 10 weeks, you could say this has kind of made a double bottom base, right? Came down to the low of 10,982, and then it's come right up and kind of flattened out like a cup with handle pattern, double bottom base. Now it's an index, it's not an individual stock. And I know some people were really, twisted about this bar yesterday, this bearish engulfing candle. But, you just take things one day at a time. And today it obviously took out yesterday's high. So you look at the weekly, and you can see, I'm going to close in on this here. This is an inside week so far. It could not take out the high from last week, and it hasn't taken out the low either. I don't think it has. Let me check that again. It looks pretty close. But anyway, it needs to clear this 12,269 from February 2nd. Here, the low this week is 11,916. The low last week is 898. So yeah, it's still an inside week, which doesn't really mean anything. It needs to take out this 12,269 to make newer highs or higher highs. And you can see that it's easily in an uptrend and making higher lows. And I'm spending time on the Nasdaq because I know a lot of people are really negative and 100% cash, and they can't find any stocks to buy. And that's unfortunate because the market, the Nasdaq is in an uptrend. The market internals are pretty good, and not like January, but they're still pretty good, and it's still in an uptrend. So anyway, I'm not going to go through Apple and Microsoft and all those stocks. I'm going to get right to some of my favorite stocks. I'm going to begin with CROX, which is on our ready list the last few days because I believe it's trying to break above this downtrend line here. And well, you could draw this downtrend line here at 3 places, and it broke above it. But now it's trying to break above this downtrend line, and it did today. They announced earnings. It's not May 4th. I think it's April 27th. It's a week earlier. So they're trying to get the good news out early, possibly, huh? Anyway, CROX looks good to me. On holdings, this one I like. It's on our ready list as well because I like this little wedge type pattern here. Whoops. A little pennant there. It's tightening in. Tighter it gets, it's going to pinch in tight, and then it's going to pop. That's my theory anyway. The last retail I'm going to go over is ELF, not Ford. I don't want to even look at Ford. ELF, which is making a new high every day. Some people are concerned that it's getting a little, top heavy here. It's 68.7% above its 200 simple moving average. But this is just a trend trader's dream. It's just trending higher along the moving averages. Nothing to do here. I was hoping for a pullback to add more like I got with NVO, but this one's not going to accommodate my wishes. So the stock's going to do what it wants. It does not care what you and I want. And let's move on to the oil, because I'm open-minded enough to say if oil's going to do well, I want to be involved in the trade. This is Chevron. And it's just consolidating in a base here, and now it's above its moving averages. That looks good to me. For having a recession, I wouldn't think these stocks would be doing great. This is ExxonMobil. You can see the cup pattern there that Pattern Rec is picking up in the last couple of weeks, is trading sideways. That one looks good, and they're allegedly going to buy or, making overtures towards Pioneer. And this one has been rallying hard too. Needs to get above its 200. And the one that I like is Tidewater. This one was on our watch list, sold off hard, then it did the Debo, a lot of stocks have been doing this, trading below the 50, and then it makes a cut back and just rams higher right through it. And that's what you want to see, trading through the 50 with power. Now, it came back and had a little trouble, but the last couple sessions, it's gone through it. So Tidewater looks good to me. I'm going to go to the drug stocks because there's one of, NVO, they pre-announced today and just ramping higher. This one, 36% above its 200, and only 4.8% above the 10. This one's grinding higher. They pre-announced revenues to something like 24% or something. So they just pre-announced. They will announce earnings on May 4th. I'm sure they're going to be good. I mean, their drugs are in demand. So, like I said, just like with Elf, there's nothing to do here but watch it make new highs every day. It did come back, this four out of 5 sessions, it pulled back here, just sideways action to the 10 and then popped higher. So any stock that's trading above the 10 is all good to go. TGTX, this one's up like 40% this week. They have a multiple sclerosis drug. It ramped higher, pulled back to a buy point right here. And then today was flat on this session. It's got a heavy short interest here. Looks like 26%. So somebody's going to be right. Somebody's going to be wrong here. But it's up, 30% this week. That's not a bad week. So I'm going to keep my eye on this one. I entered it in W Bear's poll or survey or his contest for this year. Anyway, like anybody cares about that. Lily's another drug that I like. And this one's shaping up here, kind of getting extended. It formed this cup-shaped pattern. Now it's 4% above its 10, but that stock looks good as well. Anyway, I want to get to the solar stocks. I should have done energy with the oil stocks. But anyway, First Solar downgraded today, and all it did was pop off its 21 EMA. So that's what we like, stocks trading above their 21 EMA. So the downgrade really didn't quite have its effect, did it? ENPH was up nearly 7% today with volume. Nice move up nearly $14 and above the 50. And this one, this one cracks me up. Talk about a sideways stock. This one's been sideways for, I don't know, the better part of 8 months. And if you say anything negative about it, people come at you with pitchforks. This isn't a long sideways consolidation. I mean, yeah, since August of 22. So this one, yeah, I mean, if you bought it here, great. If you bought it here, not so great. So, your time frames, your buy points are important. Anyway, I'm going to move on because I want to get to the gold and the miners, and these things are just really strong. Southern Copper, I should have had this on our watch list. It's a stock that I really like, made this double bottom pattern, but today it broke out 4%, and I'm just going to let that one go. That's a big move. Congrats to the longs there. And then Freeport-McMoRan, it is a little extended here, 5.3% above the 40, but if it calms down, that one might be on our watch list as well. You can see the double bottom base, and that one is acting well. And GFI, we had this on our ready list 2 weeks ago, I believe, here at like $12, and it's just ramped higher. Man, that thing looks good. So congrats to the longs there. Another 7% this week. 10% last week, 4%, 10%. This thing's going up every week. And so congrats to the longs, but I'm going to have to forget that and let it go. I'm just going to go through a couple of random stocks that I like and just point out a couple things. This is SMCI. This one's kind of forming that pinching pattern that we saw with ONON, where it's got this low and it's got these highs and it's just kind of pinching in here. Maybe it'll go sideways for a little bit and then pop. But it's got supported at its 21 today. So we like to see stocks above their 21. This is LNTH, was in this base, broke out. Now it's not giving us a chance. It just comes back to its 10 and ramping higher. So congrats to the longs there. Cannot chase that. Spotify, we had this on our ready list a week or two ago, and this one just kind of gradually, climbing higher, lighter volume. Like to see a big move, maybe earnings on April 25th will give it a catalyst, but I do like the looks of that one. And its running mate, DUOL, which just traded down, didn't even get down to the 21 and is holding, and looks great. VRTX was on our ready list, but that one's gone. Had this little base on base pattern, and to me, this is extended for a stock like this. Each stock has their own character, and this one does not trade, this far ahead of its 10.4% ahead of its 50 and 3.6 ahead of its 10. So I'm not going to chase that one, but congrats to the longs. And also race, people are laughing at me. I put this one on a ready list, and this thing's done nothing but ramp higher. This one's extended too, so I'm going to take it off the ready list. Anyway, that's it for today. Congrats to the longs. It was a great day. Take profits and trim. That's what I do. You could do whatever you want. I know you have your own mouse and you're clicking away like wild banshees, but I kind of like this market. It is challenging, and earnings are coming up, and forward guidance is going to be key. And my disclaimer is do as you want to do and not as I say. Anyway, never give up.